gonna say to you, bow, bow, bow. It's a win-win situation with games and interviews. Every win-win situation is fun for me and you.
Yeah, cha.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Yvonne.
Hey, so today with us we have
We've got Lindsay McCaw today.
Lindsay McCaw. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lindsay McCaw, and I'm excited to be here.
Just for that, you get 1 point.
Yeah.
We like your enthusiasm already. Are you ready to play some games?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, before we do, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm sitting in my my workroom in the beautiful east side of Detroit, where I live with a guy named Joel, who's a wonderful human being, and a cat named Carol Ann, who's also a wonderful cat being.
Oh, meow,
And
meow.
I work as a puppeteer sometimes, and or I just paint houses for a living. And my favorite food is potluck.
Well, just for that, you get 1 point.
Potluck point.
See, you're already winning.
2 points in and no demerits whatsoever so far. There won't be any because you can't get them.
Well,
Okay.
What?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Wait, I mean, we have a buzzer for him, so let's just do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
If it were possible to get something wrong,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what it
the
would
sound
sound
that
like.
you would hear.
But it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And lucky for you, our first game involves cats.
Oh, yeah. So this is a game that we love to call Count the Cats. And the purpose of this is that you listen to the sound that we're about to play and you count how many cats that there are.
I mean, we're going to release the cats.
Oh, yeah. We're going to release them and you're going to count them.
You ready?
Okay.
Joe,
I don't know where the release switch is for the cats.
release the cats.
Release the cats. Oh,
Here
there
they
are.
come. Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my
There are
gosh.
many of. There's so many. It looks like CG.
How many did you see so far?
Wow. This is filling the room with 6. There are 6 cats, and that is worth 3 points. That's a half a point. Actually, it's 1 point per cat, so we need 3 more points. There's 3 more points. That's
Yeah.
6 points for 6 cats. You've already got. That's 8 points, I think, so far.
Good job. Good job.
Very good job counting the cats. I can tell that the musician's ear is there to differentiate the instruments and know who's playing an off-key note. In
I
the
hope
ensemble.
we didn't disturb your actual cat that is there.
So far, so good.
Okay, didn't confuse him.
Great.
So,
What's our next one? I don't know.
Wait, do you get a buzzer if you don't know?
Yeah, that's for us.
Oh, yeah.
We're allowed to get
We're
negative
wrong.
points.
this
And-
is yeah.
Yeah.
This is the part where we like ask you like an actual question about you.
yeah. So, I came to know you through Corn Potato String Band and stuff like this. It was maybe 6 years ago. But there's so many projects, and I know that you were coming from Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
And is there been a progression of projects like from Corn Potato on through the Pablo Islanders?
Yeah. Well, so I guess what happened is I met a guy who plays pedal steel guitar and moved here from Asheville, North Carolina.
I've visited
And so when he-
Asheville. It's nice.
So when he moved here, I was like, wow, he plays the steel guitar, and I was really excited to like connect him with the music community. And also, another friend moved here from Johnson City, Tennessee.
Have not been there.
It's in that zone where you can't tell what state it is. But anyways, she moved here. She's also a country musician, and with those 2 people moving here, I was like, we gotta have a country band. It was
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
their idea. The 2 people that moved here had the idea. Anyways. So then we got to form a country band with them, and that was cool. And that was called the Velvet Boys. And that's something I should have mentioned, but we're kind of on hiatus now, but I'm going to wake us up out of hiatus right away because now we're all vaccinated and we can like do stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that
But-
sounds
so that'll
great.
happen. There's 2 lady singers, who I'm one of them, and Grace Van Hoff is the other one, and then we have a kind of cast of characters playing instruments that we got pedal steel and fiddle and Telecaster and drums and bass.
So this is
Anyway.
the new incarnation of a band then.
That's the Velvet Boys. So
the
that
Velvet Boys.
came after the Corn Potato Band because it was kind of the Corn Potato Band went on a little bit of a hiatus because one of the members had a young kid and you know.
Sure. And how
So
about
then after that, now that I'm living with Joel and he's playing a steel guitar and we share a love of steel guitars, he got a Hawaiian guitar, a really nice old 1929 National Resonator Hawaiian guitar. And so we spent the whole pandemic learning songs for the Hawaiian guitar, which is not necessarily Hawaiian music. It's 20s and 30s pop music that got played on the Hawaiian guitar by people from all over the world, really.
Maybe a silly question, but what identifies a Hawaiian guitar? How is it different from a regular guitar?
Well, it's played on your lap, and the strings are raised up, so you're not actually fretting the strings with your fingers. You use a steel bar, and so it's sort of like if you think of the Hawaiian guitar was the first. The Hawaiian guitar and the dobro and you play them on your lap, and they're acoustic. Was the first iteration of that, and then they added the resonator to it, made it a little louder, and then they turned that into a lap steel, which is the electrified version of it that a lot of people played more in the 40s and 50s, and then that became the pedal steel, which is the one that has all the pedals that actually bends the strings with pedals, and you hear that in all that country music from the.
So this version of the Hawaiian guitar from the 1920s that you're talking about is a precursor and like an ancestor of the modern steel guitar.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll show you one sometime. But they look really cool. It's funny because I was watching some TV show recently, and I noticed that like there was one hanging on the wall in these people's house in the TV show, and I was like, what?
why are you using it as a decoration?
It was my grandmother had some musical instruments on the wall like that because nobody played them, and she just thought they looked cool. So boop, there it is.
It does look really cool.
Yeah.
Similarly, when they have like a loom in the home just as a decorative piece, I actually have a friend whose mother actually uses her loom, and I walked in one day and I was like, "Oh, that's a nice decorative piece." She's like, "No, I use it." Mm-hmm. So it was exciting to hear that. But so we do have some of your music here and love to take a listen to. And one of your bands is called the Pablo Islanders. Is that still a thing that's happening?
Yes, it is. Maybe we'll get a gig someday.
Oh, absolutely.
Why don't we play this song, which is called "Are You Having Any Fun?" and then we can talk about it afterwards. Let's check it out.
Hey, fella with a million smackers and nervous indigestion. Rich fella eating milk and crackers. I'll ask you one question. You silly so-and-so. With all your
Yeah.
That was so fun. That was you on vocals there, right?
Yeah.
It's a great song. So why did you guys decide to do that song?
It's a classic. I got it off some friends of mine who our friend Ukulele Eck from Portland, Maine used to play that one. I kind of lifted it off of his repertoire. But it's an old song from 1939, but there's a bunch of more recent versions, and we kind of used the there's the Regis Philbin version.
It reminds me of that song "Enjoy Yourself." Enjoy yourself. Yeah,
It's later than you think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There are several versions of that actually,
and a little bit of the chicken dance as well.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely has a
It does have a little of that.
polka
Dun, dun,
vibe.
dun, 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 but it doesn't repeat it.
Shoot, that might have been a layer that we added, and I want to say the chicken dance is so deeply ingrained into my brain that it comes out in all kinds of ways when I least expect it.
You can't hide the chicken dance.
Well, we wanna continue having a little fun, so we're gonna blow stuff up. I mean, well, you are. So, we want you to press one of these buttons here. We have a yellow button, we have a red button, and we have a blue button. So, which one would you like to press?
Yellow.
Okay. Ugh.
Yeah, I think that was just a pile of mold. That button just totally squished.
Shoot. I mean, we have a lot of technical difficulties on
It
this
did.
show.
It did destroy something, though. It did destroy the button that was pressed itself.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
Well, you could. This sounds like you could kill a bug that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Well, why don't you choose another button?
Oh, blue.
That was definitely something.
You blew up the Sphinx.
That-
It is now completely gone.
That sound came all the way from Egypt. Sound travels really fast on this show.
Yeah.
Well, isn't there just another Sphinx underneath that Sphinx?
Yeah, another one's popped up. It's like a tissue box. Like another one just pops up when the top one goes away.
Let me give you a point for that at least.
Uh-huh. Yeah. 1 point for destroying one of the wonders of the world. Is that one of the wonders? Yeah, I think it's one of the wonders.
I don't know. You know what?
I'm in wonder.
I think the world is so wonderful. What's one of your favorite wonders of the world? If you can open up that idea to just anything in this world.
Oh, let's see. I think that. There's so good. That's a good question. Well, one of the. Well, there's that giant mushroom that is like.
Under Michigan?
Like miles and miles, hundreds of miles long. So I'm not going to be able to say anything specific about it. I just know that there's like a little mushroom guy. I mean, their little fruits pop up in a big.
Do you know about the? You're talking about the. Yeah, you're talking about the mushroom that's under Michigan, and it's like one of the largest living organisms on Earth. You know about this?
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah. That's all I know about it.
I wonder why in school they only teach us of 7 wonders. I think what they're trying to do there is they're just like scratching the surface and trying to tell you the world is really big. Here are these 7 wonders. Check these off your list.
Here's just 7.
This will whet your hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
7 wonders are, they're dated. It's a list that somebody came up with like more than 100 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it was the wonders of the ancient world, some of which are destroyed, like I can't remember any of them because my classical education is lacking.
The great, what is it?
The pyramids of Giza?
Colossus of Rhodes, does that?
Yes, Colossus of Rhodes. Yeah, that was one of them.
Is the Leaning Tower of Pisa one of them?
No, that's too new.
The Hanging Gardens in Babylon.
That's
see, they're there anymore.
Yeah,
and there's something like the Halicarnassus.
You just named. Okay, we're getting many points for that because I'm naming it. Yeah, there we go.
Good job.
You don't have to name all 7 even, but you can keep going. I don't know. Just that's worth a lot of points right there.
Oh, and for that
one.
mushroom thing
pyramids.
alone.
And 2 more for the mushrooms.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
Now more people should know about that. It's pretty wonderful. We're talking wonderful.
Yeah, there's something in Ephesus too. I don't know what that was. I don't know. I think I might be out of wonders, but
we're not out of buttons. We have one last button for you to press.
Oh yeah, what's this? What's this button? do? I don't know.
Red button.
Red button.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh!
Whoa! That was 4 explosions.
We're so glad you just blew up a bomb factory.
Yay!
Hey!
Now we all get to live in peace forever.
That's right.
2 points for world peace.
1 more point for world peace. There we go.
Yay!
We've destroyed all the weapons. No one can harm each other anymore.
That's right.
That is worth it for doing a little mini series of a podcast like this. To have a podcast that brings about world peace in the manner that you have, I can only express gratitude.
Thank
Lindsay
you
McCaw.
so much. We're one step closer. But how would you, if you could bring about world peace, how would you do it?
Oh, well, let's see. I would have a nice potluck,
Yeah.
and I would make something really good.
Food does bring people together.
Now, when you're having a potluck and people bring stuff and so on, and then you have the people who don't cook or whatever their excuse might be, and they bring, let's not say nothing. Let's just say they bring a bottle of wine, but then all these people don't cook, and then you have like 6, 7 bottles of wine and no food. Is this a problem or is this a feature?
I think that it's a feature, but I'm a firm believer in the artistic process. So there's like some amount of never knowing what you're gonna get, and then being delighted when something goes weird.
Yeah. Yvonne's brought like star-shaped hors d'oeuvres that she spent all day like cutting into and stacking into and spearing with a
Tirelessly.
Yeah.
All day. But they kind of dried up by the time I got to the party. So, I didn't account for that. But, in life, you just got to try some things,
Oh, I have had some food disasters.
Oh, here's music.
Oh, do you hear that music?
I hear some music.
Oh, that must mean that our friend is coming by. Usually before he comes in, really low-key lounge music turns on.
Hello there. This is Tony, and I am here for 20 questions with Tony Questions.
Oh, Tony, it's so good to see you again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the hug. I appreciate that we both are double vaccinated and can hug once more.
It feels good to hug again. I gotta admit it. But Lindsay, I hope that you're ready for Tony, because he loves coming by and asking our contestants questions.
That's right.
Hi, Tony.
Hello. I am glad to meet your acquaintance today. And I have many questions that are very tiny on this screen, and that once I zoom in, I will be able to read the questions.
I love your mustache, Tony.
Thank you. I've been growing this out for the last 8 months, and I've been using a combination of, it's kind of like shea butter, and I just cram it in there, and it comes out looking like this. And the parts that spike up on either side of my nose are supposed to be like Salvador Dali.
Oh, Tony, if there could be perfection, it would be you.
But it's much thicker than the Salvador Dali's.
What, the perfection?
Yes, the perfection is very thick in me.
All right, Tony. Go do your thing. You know you got it.
Okay, I will see it in just a minute. Okay, here are Tony questions with 20 questions with Tony questions. Maine or Vermont?
Vermont.
Vermont, that's 1 point. Pablo Island or Bell Island?
Bell Island.
Bell Island, that's a good point too.
Hey!
Oranges or apples?
This is a tough. That's a tough one. I don't know.
What? You said we couldn't get any wrong ones.
All right.
I'm sorry, but out, Joe. This is Tony's time.
That's a serious question. You can't just say apples.
Oh.
Okay, fine. Fine, you can say apples.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I was just kidding. Just kidding.
Apple or Samsung?
Oh God. I'll pick Samsung.
Samsung or Samsara?
Samsara.
Samsara. Samsara is the state of continuing to exist as you're being reincarnated, and through enlightenment, you're supposed to not be reincarnated again and escape the cycle of birth, death, and suffering.
Oh, Tony, you're so smart.
Yes, and it's much better than Samsung. I agree. Sorry or thank you?
Thank you.
You or me?
You.
Memes or mimes?
Mimes.
Mimes or minds?
I'll take mimes again.
Mines twice in a row from Mines. Let's hear it from Mines. 2 more points from Mimes. They get points because they're always out there getting made fun of. They're not out there. You don't see them. We need more of them. We need some mimes in downtown Detroit. 2 points for the next person who's a mime in downtown Detroit. I haven't seen any.
Tony, we need more questions.
Oh, sorry. I got distracted by fantasizing about mimes in downtown Detroit.
I don't blame you, actually.
Simple Minds or Simply Red?
Ooh, Simply Red.
Red or black?
Oh, wait a second. Let me give you a point.
Oh, Simply Red. Simply Red.
I'll take red again.
Red over black.
Correct.
Primary colors or secondary colors?
Primary.
Primary colors. The primary colors of pigment. Bonus question would be what? What are the primary colors of pigment?
Bonus
Red,
question.
yellow, and blue.
You got it. That's right. Artistic education is important for all. Okay, let's see. I lost my place. What's this one say? That says...
Oh, that's raking or baking?
Oh, raking or baking?
Oh, I'll take baking.
Baking. Food is delicious.
Baking for 1 point.
Eat. Bakelite or polystyrene?
Bakelite.
Yeah, retro. Pollyanna or Polly Pockets?
Pollyanna.
Hot Pockets or Pop-Tarts?
Oh, Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts is correct.
Hey!
That is the end of all of my questions. My questions have been satisfied, and I am pleased by the results.
Hey, Tony, thanks for stopping by.
You're welcome. I'm going to get on my Vespa and go home, and I'm going to repair the shingles on my roof.
Well, don't forget to come stop by again next time.
I
Okay, we'll give you a
absolutely
call and we'll let you know.
All right, and I'll get that piano tuned right away, too.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, bye-bye.
Joe, that was so nice of Tony to stop by like that.
Yeah, it's he's kind of bossy sometimes. I think I should be able to peep
He
up
is.
during the thing, but oh well.
And
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry, I'm just really all about oranges. It's just like, I get a little sensitive about that topic, but
I can be sensitive about oranges sometimes.
I understand. Although, Michigan has got its apples situation.
pretty good ones too.
Yeah, nuts to Washington. We've got our own apples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what what of Tony's questions really kind of like, which one of the questions would you really like to expand on a little bit more?
Let's see. Well, the primary colors. Interesting you asked, because I actually have a strong preference for the primary colors over the secondary colors.
Not an arbitrary question.
It seems arbitrary, but for someone like me, it's a real big deal. I actually hate purple.
Ooh.
Just hate it.
Wow.
And I really don't like orange very much. And then green I really like. But it's just those secondary colors. There's certain things that purple, you need them for, and you can, it's there, and it's not a color that I don't use. But at some point I realized that I found it distasteful.
I think that green sometimes can be the very perfect color for something, and it can also be the color that ruins everything, and that's the nature of green. And purple, I think on a previous show, Yvonne said that her favorite color was sunshine yellow.
Oh, always is, yeah.
And that no reason is needed to like sunshine yellow, the primary color.
Just makes you happy.
I love that color too.
Ah, yeah, sunshine yellow is pretty. It's made me come around to it, because I said at that time that my favorite color was sort of like a purplish magenta, which is a little off to the side of the purple that you're talking about. But I think I only like that color because of recent trends in LED lighting technology. And if it weren't for that, it wouldn't be there.
Well, and like if somebody produces something that's like velvet and has like a purplish or magenta hue, I'm like into it. There's certain things that can be purple, but then there's just a lot of things that I find purple's not the right color for.
Well, you work a lot with your hands. Do you make puppets as well as working with them?
That's really what I have been doing lately, is being a builder of puppets. But I have other projects where I get to actually waggle them.
Nice.
Hopefully more of that coming up.
What's the biggest puppet you've ever made?
Well, I made a 115-foot long sea serpent for a parade in Wisconsin one time.
Wow.
I haven't made a 15-foot puppet, much less a 115-foot puppet. That's pretty amazing.
Well, there's still time.
I
There is still
I
time.
have a couple of puppet maker friends in New York City that I think you would adore.
All the puppet people already know each other.
Yeah, I bet maybe you already do. His name is Ronnie. And
I'll look for him.
there's a lot of Ronnies in this world, but he's
When we all get together for the cocktail hour that all the puppeteers come to, that's secret from everyone else, I'll say hi to him for you.
okay.
How long do you have to be a puppeteer before you get into the secret party?
I can't tell you, otherwise
Oh.
everyone would do it.
Well,
How long have you been working with how long have you been doing stuff with puppets?
Well, I got sucked into it when I was in college, so that's been, it's almost 20 years, 19 years. Is that right? I can't even do math anymore, but something like that.
Is my assessment anywhere near? Because whenever this is Detroit, which can be like a small town sometimes. So like whenever I talk to anyone who does puppets, they already know everybody else who does puppets, but including people that have toured here. Like I know that you've been acquainted with Bread and Puppets. Is that
Bread and puppets,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just there I got back on the 1st of May. I was just there for a week and a half working on a show that was about the history of laughter.
Oh, cool.
Was that Maine or Vermont?
That's in Vermont.
In Vermont. Okay, the history of laughter. When was the first laugh? Did you find out?
Well, we did a little contestoria, which is like a picture show that's like illustrated.
Is that what you call the cranky
storytelling.
show?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, only it doesn't move. It's just a big banner. But
Okay.
we did a contestoria based on a scroll from the 3rd century that attributed the creation of the world to divine laughter. That came from a Russian theorist's critique of Rabelais, who was a medieval writer who wrote a lot about carnival, and he wrote a lot of his stories involved like a lot of like low lower class banter and profanity and just like drinking and cussing, and this Russian theorist was talking about how laughter served this important purpose in liberating people temporarily during the carnival season in the medieval times. Very interesting.
So they did something vulgar enough during Carnival that it made God laugh, and that resulted in everything.
Well, the 3rd century scroll came before that, but like you said, yeah, the vulgarity and making each other laugh and having a chance to laugh in it, and having a moment to break the seriousness of medieval culture, which was very like, there's a lot of religiousness and seriousness.
Speaking of breaking the seriousness,
I don't know. I feel very serious now learning about this history.
it is really cool, actually. I don't
No,
even
that's
really want to
amazing. That's
break the
incredible.
seriousness. Is there
Yeah.
anywhere that anyone can go to find out more about the stuff that you do with the Bread and Puppets people?
Well, Bread and Puppets on the internet now. I mean, they are
Yeah. They've been around for a long
an
time.
old theater
Yeah.
run by old people and young people, but they're on the internet now.
Yeah. Get on the
So
internet,
you can-
kids.
You can look them up. They were twice in the last year and a half, twice in the last. Well, so what I should say is they were going to come in May of 2020, and that got canceled. Then they were trying again for May of 2021. That also got canceled.
To
So they're
Detroit?
holding out, yes,
Oh,
to
cool.
do a performance here.
I saw them outdoors, so it is possible to have a distant audience for that. I saw them
Yeah, so
perform in
they're
a tournament.
hoping for. I think the Detroit probably we would have been able to accommodate them, but they canceled their tour because they were having trouble with lots of the venues. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
It's really nobody's fault. It's like the changing situation that we've been in.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've struck a balance between your various artistic pursuits, with different bands and puppet shows and sort of the historical perspective on these things and all of that?
Oh, I'd love to say that that's true, but no. It's always feeling like you're never quite doing enough, and then also feeling like you're doing too much.
Yeah, that's artistry in the United States, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Yeah,
very
I
well.
think we all know that feeling.
I'm the girl with 7 radio shows.
Yep.
Is it up to 7? I wouldn't be surprised.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, just 4.
Only 4.
Just 4.
Only 4.
Yeah. But I'll take more. There's
real.
a 5th on the way.
Yeah.
I know. Congratulations. Yvonne.
Congratulations.
A 5th on the way.
Congratulations.
Can't stop. Don't get paid for any of them.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. I see your workshop basically in the back there. I see a lot of stuff going on. What can you tell us about that?
Well, really, all the puppeteer has that separates one who makes puppets from someone else is a pile of crap in their house. So I have the requisite pile of crap, and that's what it looks like. It's shelves of various crap.
Since this is audio only, could you describe what a puppet, what it would look like when you make something? Is it what's it fabricated out of? How
how do you start? Like, what's
Yeah.
a method that you use?
Well, there's so many different kinds, and I, started out doing street theater and satire, and the style of puppetry I most find interesting is like the old Punch and Judy shows.
Yeah.
Which
Nice.
is different than and a lot of the styles you might think of first. I've never made a Muppet style puppet. So I don't even know really how to make them. But I use paper mache a lot.
Uh-huh.
I
And-
love paper mache. We need to hang.
Oh, well,
We should make
I'm,
paper mache outfits.
I've made some pretty interesting paper mache things. Yeah, a lot of cardboard and paper mache, but then I also use a lot of fabric, and lately I've been taking old couch cushions and cutting them up. And I made some puppets recently with foam, which is pretty awesome. And so just whatever, yeah, I don't make marionettes and I don't make Muppets. So you'll have to talk to someone else if you want to know how those things are made.
What? I was promised marionettes and Muppets.
All right,
We're done.
we're getting out of here. Actually, we would like to go to another place.
Oh, where are we going?
We've been sitting around, chatting. It's been really nice, but maybe we should take you to our obstacle course.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So what we have here is, I know you've been training for this since we scheduled this performance, and I can see you're in proper athletic attire as well. So I'm glad that we're ready to go. The purpose of this obstacle course is you're going to run through Hades and bring back an orchid.
Yes, to heaven.
To heaven.
Or there's the option too of turning water into wine.
Well, I mean, there are multiple ways you can
Yeah.
get out of it if you
Yeah.
discover a riddle during the thing, but mainly the main thing is you got to grab this thing and come out of there. So,
victorious.
and
Are you ready? Because
Yeah, I've been carrying plants around a lot, so
good.
that's great. You'll hear a 3-stage a thing and then a buzzer, a 3-stage thing and then a buzzer, and then you're off to the races to take the orchid out of Hades. Oh,
Got
there it
your
is.
game face on. I can see it.
Oh, there it is. There's the buzzer. And she's off running already. Very good. Very good. A lot of the damned souls are screaming her on along the sides because they want to actually see someone get out. So
There's
she's doing
hope.
pretty good.
There's hope.
And
Go
she's
Lindsay!
keeping up a good
Go
pace there.
Lindsay!
Yeah. Very good. Oh, and she has started running through the field of broken glass, and she's doing pretty well because she's got some long boots on.
Are you okay? You need a Band-Aid?
nothing I can't take.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, and look at her scale that ladder. My goodness. And she's already up onto the burning cinders of Mount Doom here. And right in the center there, if you go right in there, the orchid is in the center. Just go around oh, and she's already got it. She's already got it, and she's out. Wait, where's this?
I think it's heaven.
I think you might have just through that door. She's already there, and she's running with the orchid. Hey, she's delivered the heaven. She's delivered the orchid to the Almighty, and the Almighty has set off some fireworks. That is
You got in good with the Almighty.
I'm really glad I made it. I wasn't sure what was going to happen there for a second.
You get 1 point.
There were echoes there for extra excitement.
You're in good. You're in good with those guys up there.
It's hard to believe, but now that I'm here, I love it.
These fireworks are for you.
Yeah. Now, I didn't quite know the difference between Hell and Hades, but it seemed like it was pretty much just like Royal Oak and Berkeley.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover. You know,
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. You know, just a place with an address. You know, and coordinates.
Yeah, Oak Park.
Yeah.
Oak Park. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you call it. So yeah, you've won. Have you ever like won anything in your life, like any awards or anything that you're like, whoa, crazy?
I did win a gong show in Viroqua, Wisconsin, 2 years in a row with my ventriloquist routine.
Wow, that's cool. Tell us more about your ventriloquist routine.
Well, I at some point I decided that it would be funny to see what ventriloquism was all about. And we were trying to put together kind of an old-timey show. So I thought, we got to have a ventriloquist. And I'm like, I guess it's me, you know. So
Is there a ventriloquist in the house? I'm a ventriloquist.
Well, I was like, I'm not yet, but give me a couple of weeks.
That's the job market, right?
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
I went to a ventriloquist conference in Kentucky, which is the largest secular ventriloquist conference in the U.S.
I love the qualifiers.
It was really something. I mean, just a lot of old white people doing weird stuff.
How much bigger is the non-secular conference?
Well, I don't actually know, but I do know that those things exist. So that's real. And then I came home and I made a dummy, and then I've had this dummy and I've done shows.
Does your dummy have a name?
Yep, Hazel.
Oh. Hello, Hazel, wherever you are.
She's in a box over there.
Can she throw her voice?
Well, really, it's the ventriloquist that throws their voice.
Oh, I thought there was a dummy talking. I guess whichever ventriloquist I saw really had me fooled.
Yeah. Ventriloquists kind of lie. Did you notice that? They kind of like deceive people.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, it's no different than the mimes that you've talked so
it's
excitedly
true.
about.
Yeah.
It's true. I guess I like liars sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we like being lied to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any lies to tell us?
Lied to.
Yeah, tell us some lies. Tell us some good lies. Here, we'll give you some nice music.
Let's see. Well, did you hear there was it was so windy the other day that a chicken laid the same egg 7 times.
Wow.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I believe
True
her.
story.
I believe you. I believe you. That sounds true. You said it was true, and I think it's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Because why would you lie to us? Because you're our friend.
Yeah, why would you lie to us?
Because we just told her to.
Oh, wait, we did tell you to. Hey, we told you to lie to us, and you lied to us.
That's a good lie. You get a point both times for that. Both for doing it and then our realization about what you did.
You've acquired a lot of points so far.
Yeah, by my total here, it is 78,114 so
Wow,
far.
that's more than most people.
I know it doesn't sound like that when you hear 1 and 2 and 3 at a time, but they add up.
Yeah, and we also have like a system where we kind of, like add on a couple of points depending on, what we actually thought of the answer.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that could be in the thousands of points.
Well, I don't know what games we got left. What games we got left over here?
Well, we've got one more on the plate, and we know you sing because we got to share that wonderful song that you sang earlier on the show today with the Pablo Islanders. So thank you for that. This next one is called. Well, we're gonna give you a list of topics that we went over, and you can choose 2 of the topics, and then we'll cue up some music. And the goal of the game is for you to sing for 30 seconds without hesitation about these 2 topics. So are you ready for the list?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the list of topics is wheat paste posters, screen printing, aeronautics, marine biology, tubas, pinball machines, and pasta shapes. Do you want me to go over that again, or?
I think I got mine.
Okay, which 2 topics do you choose for your song today?
I'll take wheat pasting, posters, and marine biology.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. Here comes some plink plonky music.
And you can just start whenever you're ready.
I can't hear it that well. Can you turn it up just a titch so I can feel my flow?
Can you hear it now a little better?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Well, I was out wheat pasting with my friend Hans. And we were doing stuff. It was 'cause we had to put up posters for a movie. We drove around in his little car. It was in France. And then we went home. It was great. And it was groovy.
Yeah. I think it's good. Wheat pasting posters in France. Driving home because it's great and it's groovy. I like this song. I think it's going to win a Grammy for sure, and I think it should be our national anthem. Thank you very much. You have won on Win-Win Situation.
You won! You won! You won!
What did she win? What did she win?
Oh, you won a special ride on the special roller coaster of special. It's called the Special Roller Coaster Ride of a crazy roller coaster. And
All right.
We're on it right now. Are you ready? We're all going to go, all 3 of us.
We're going to go on a
Okay.
little quick roller coaster ride in
Yep.
celebration of your victory. And, there's the top of the hill.
Here we are. Let's go. Woo! Oh my gosh, it's so much fun!
I think there's a haunted house.
Oh.
It's all dark and there's a haunted house.
Are those some juggalos and juggalettes?
Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely was. This is Detroit after all.
Is the inside the haunted house? They had an ICP section.
You know, Detroit has a long history of scary clowns, like Milky the Clown. Milky the Clown was
man.
a thing, and Bozo, I guess, is originated here. Or no, am I incorrect on this?
Any of those
Bozo?
clowns that are...
Definitely.
What's that? Go ahead.
I have got a velvet painting of Milky.
You got, oh man, Milky truly is
I
scary.
remember that. I think you had that at your show in Hamtramck. Yeah.
Did you make it? Did you paint it?
Wait, can you
did,
tell
yeah.
them what the show is that I'm referring to?
I put on a thing called the Velvet Painting Show. I'd love to do another one. I gotta wait to get my self together.
Yes, please,
but it's
please.
it was sort of a we had a couple workshops where people could come over and make velvet paintings, and then also people were encouraged to make them at home too. And then everyone brought their velvet paintings, and some people brought velvet paintings of antiquity. So then we had a velvet painting show, and we did it at Trixie's Bar, and there was also music, and so it was kind of like
the
an art
Trixie's?
opening. Yeah.
There's a new Trixie's bar. There's a new
No.
Trixie's. There's a new Trixie's.
Oh.
It's a different Trixie's.
Oh, is it anything like?
Yeah,
Yvonne-
it's on Carpenter Street in
We met
Hamtramck.
met at Trixie's in Roseville.
Yeah, we met
Ooh,
at Trixie's
Roseville.
Coffee Shop
Yeah.
that closed in 2009, and then Trixie's Bar opened after that, and it's unrelated. But
Yeah.
it also has a beautiful artistic scene at Trixie's Bar, so that name just brings in the people.
It definitely, yeah. I want to go. That's so cool. You would love WFMU. They have a velvet painting hallway. So the station manager at WFMU is obsessed with velvet paintings. He's got Trump as a clown on a velvet painting. He's
How
got
do you get in touch with him? I'll have to touch.
Ken at WFMU.org. He will love to hear that you do this stuff.
Oh, we didn't print out your winning.
Oh
your
yeah,
winning tickets.
Here are some tickets for you.
That's all 78,114 points printing out. It'll take a little while. That's just the first batch of them.
You can redeem it at the counter for like a plastic ring of a frog. What else do we have?
I saw all those prizes. They look amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about like the stuffed Rasta banana guys.
Yeah, the Rasta banana guy is pretty cool. One love banana.
Yeah, now with everything that you've shared with us today, you're eligible for, your choice of pretty much just one,
Yeah, pretty much one. It's good for one. The points aren't really worth that much.
We have a budget, and it's pretty low.
Yeah.
So
just pick a thing and then, bring it back if you don't like it so we can still have some stuff to give away in the future.
Cool.
Well, thanks for being on the show today. Is there any place that I was kind of getting at this earlier today? Is there any like website or any sort of place that people can go to find your work and see the things that you do and the music that you make?
Yeah, it's kind of I guess the most centralized location would be if you look up the Dolly Wagglers. That's the name of the puppet company, and it's like the dollywagglers.blogspot.com. I think if you just look up the Dolly Wagglers,
is it DOLLY?
Mm-hmm, DOLLY WAGGLERS. It's a name that we got given by a puppeteer friend who told us that that's what they disparagingly called Punch and Judy men who weren't very good hundreds of years ago.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much. I guess we'll head on out of here.
Let's do an official wrap up here by saying thank you all for listening to Win-Win Situation.
Thank you all for listening to Win-Win Situation.
And you can hear our other show, Waiting for Lunch Radio at waitingforlunch.com. And we're going to head out on our theme music here. So here we go with our theme music.
Oh, goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
I miss you. Aww.
Bye.
It's a win-win situation with games and interviews. Every win-win situation is fun
for me and you.